Hello, good afternoon everyone, and welcome for the ESL One Hamburg C Qualifier Semifinals, our first best of 3, and we start out with a very interesting series to start the day. It will be Clutch Gamers versus Fnatic. My name is Hades, all the way from Singapore. Joining me, my co-caster PQMZ, and we will be your casters for the semi-final matches and of course for the grand finals, which is the best of 5 tomorrow. So, hello PQ, you ready?
I am indeed. I'm excited to see these teams play though. After how Clutch played yesterday, I think Fnatic should be a bit more of a test for them, and it'll be interesting, that's for sure.
I mean, you have to be excited for this, not to mention we are casting, Fnatic, where, in a sense, they just qualified, they just beat out Mineski to qualify for, what was it, PGL? Or was it Starlight? I can't remember, but, I mean, let's see whether they can replicate, success for another qualifier, but between these two teams, it's kind of hard to tell who really has an edge. Clutch Gamers didn't look too shabby yesterday. They actually looked quite strong. They, to beat out TNC so cleanly, that was really impressive. So Fnatic, who knows, who would you even say are the underdogs heading into this best of 3? It's hard to tell.
As far as fans will be concerned, I think Clutch is the underdog, but I haven't seen Fnatic play, so it's hard to say from my perspective. I imagine it'll be a somewhat close series, so.
Also, there's bound to be some debate on who's doing the shot calling for this team. I mean, most people would say it's Eternal Envy. We had a brief discussion saying that it's going to be him. But Fnatic, all along, between DJ and Ohio, usually Ohio in that previous C roster, he was the one doing all the shot calling. And it's going to be fun. Both these teams, they have strong players, not just Fnatic, where they have a star-studded roster with, European players playing the C region. Clutch Gamers, you have some really experienced players as well. In Jo, he's got tons of valuable experience with Rave from the EG days. Bok, he's had a bit of a stint as well with Mineski, at the Manila Masters, or in the Manila Major. Of course, Fly Solo Armel, the old Clutch Gamers with some new talent at Boombacks. This, even Clutch Gamers, Fnatic cannot underestimate these guys because they also played quite strong, and if anything, from what we saw yesterday, they really like their mid-game heroes.
Yeah, and Fnatic did their research. They banned out Bloodseeker, which was probably JO's best performance yesterday. And I know for a fact that MD will not like playing against that hero, so it's probably a smart way to just get it out now.
What I find really interesting is that, do you realize this is the 7.0 meta? We have not seen a single Venomancer or Necrophos pick or ban. And it's already the second phase. This is new.
Maybe it's just not Fnatic style.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe they want to give them away and counter pick them.
You really never know. I mean, Excalibur, he plays a ton of different heroes.
Does he?
He does, right?
I thought he mostly played carry mids.
Yeah, carry mids. But I mean, in terms of, you can't really ban Excalibur out. He has a lot of heroes which are really there. I mean, Eternal Envy is the one who also has quite a diverse carry hero pool. He doesn't always play the same stuff, but okay, yeah, it's about time. We see, the Necrophos ban out, Beastmaster ban, which makes sense because for those of you who didn't get to watch the Mineski versus Fnatic game, that's where Ohio played the Beastmaster. It's interesting that they actually bring that hero back. I'm actually quite surprised that Eternal Envy is the one drafting. I usually thought that, you want Pi to be drafting, or even let DJ draft. But okay, Clutch Gamers, they will pick up the Bristleback, denying Envy that, that pick.
I feel like Envy drafts in every team he ever plays in. Don't know why. I
mean, if he is doing the shot calling, but I mean, we also talked about it
briefly. You don't always do the shot calling when you draft.
5 seconds.
I know from a lot of interviews, Pi does a lot of shot calling, so
and
that probably takes the early game out of Envy's hands a bit, which will help him play a little bit cleaner.
Which is quite interesting because you said that Pi and Envy, they do shot calling. I wonder whether Excalibur does any himself because, like I said, Ohio did quite a bit of shot calling. He's usually the more, I would say, leader. He usually plays the leadership role, at least in the old Fnatic. So it's good to see that at least in this team. There was I heard before from someone saying that one of those old tier 1 Zenith players from Dota 1, way back then, he said that usually the the key to having a really successful team is not from having one good shot caller. It's about having 5 people who can shot call at the same time, who whose egos don't clash. So all right, I mean there we go.
Yeah, good luck finding that though.
Yeah, it's near impossible, but
you just need one person who has a good overall game plan, and then everyone to understand that, and then if someone makes a call, you just go with it, you know?
Mhm.
Like, eventually you'll learn to, like, give your team the right information so they can make the right calls. That's all it's really about. And then whoever makes a call, you just listen to them. Otherwise, there's no point playing with them, you know?
Okay.
I like the slider here, though. Very good against Bristle. Makes it harder for Sand King to juke and jive. To support, probably, that offers a lot of control to make up for the fact Glitch doesn't have any.
Alright, so Batrider coming out. They have some very decent catch, Clutch Gamers. But Fnatic's still running along with this blue theme team, you know. What other hero are we missing out here? But I like the armor theme draft as well. I mean, think about it in here. Corrosive Haze, Frost Armor. You take away armor and you give armor. It's a pretty decent all-around draft. You've got fair, say, balance with team fight. You've got catch. You've also got quite a lot of nuke from the puck alone. But who they will couple with the Slaughter, we'll see. You know, maybe Envy might be deciding to pick up like a Life Stealer, something to go with the Slaughter. It's good synergy there. I'm also curious to see who they'll pick for Ohio. So we're going to see the 4th pick. It will be the Legion Commander. Okay, that's pretty good. I mean, you have the Purge to basically save anyone who gets lassoed up. But you have to be quick, of course. And the duel, always fun, you know, against Bristleback, I feel. I feel like it's an underrated counter to Bristle in the sense where he does duel and he's forced to face you no matter what.
10 seconds.
Yep, it helps out a lot in killing him.
Here's the Radiant
You just need to make sure that you don't fall too far behind with the LC so you can actually stay in the fight and duel him. Because most of the time Bristle lineups are the better 5-man, or they peak slightly earlier, and LC tends to take a while to get online depending how well she does in the lane. This game, you've got a Lich, so that will help her a lot.
5
And
seconds
for
remaining.
Clutch, having the last pick here, I think that's going to define a lot of their draft. Because right now they can still go multiple ways. Their draft is very all-rounded. They can play at multiple windows in the game. It's just going to be heavily defined by their last pick. And I think it was smart for them to ban the Lifestealer out, because that's just the best hero at dealing with like Bristle, Bat, Rubik.
Radiant's
Most
turn to
stages.
pick.
So
Dyer's turn.
who are they picking up for Envy? Alchemist. Okay. I mean, that's one way of going at it, right? I mean, if they don't exactly have good heroes to deal with Alchemist on Clutch Game aside, so this pick probably would have caught them off guard, but that kind of secures the late game as well. If you think about it, you know, he has a ton of heroes he can really buy an axe for. I don't necessarily think it's gonna get to that stage,
5
but
seconds remaining.
hey, I mean, I feel
need
Alchemist
it
is
to.
great. Yeah, and Elk is well, but Elk against Bristle, that's gonna be kind of a hard lane, isn't it? Unless they decide to put the Bristle. Oh, wait, no, it's gonna be Bristle safe lane. What am I saying? All right, so yeah,
It doesn't necessarily.
I mean, it should be
Like-
unless Bristle is going mid.
Bristle mid is fine, but the chances are it will be Lich mid if Bristle's mid. Because it is just another slightly annoying matchup for the Elk. You can definitely get boxed out around the level 3 mark, depending how much mana Bristle spends. But from the 2 supports Clutch has, unless they want to do some weird Sand King core here and a Batrider support, they aren't the best at pressuring him. They might roam and get a kill or 2, but they don't sit in his lane and say, no, you can't come here. Like, say, a Spirit Breaker or an Ogre would. You know, these supports need to get swift kills and then they go and get their levels elsewhere. And, you know. Now we get
Shadow
the
Fiend.
defining hero in their draft, so this makes it a very, very 5-man objective-based lineup.
I mean, I haven't seen Jo play Bristleback just yet. I think I've only seen him ever played once. So but that was a really long time ago. And the Armel Quap.
It's not a hard hero to play.
Yeah, but
It
still.
seems to fit his style of carrying as well. Like, you get a good lane, make sure your supports are able to move around the map and do what they want, and then come and help your team once you get, say, Tread's Vanguard.
But Bristle is one of those heroes where, you know, even if he has a ton of farm, he can't necessarily carry the game. He sometimes, even with a ton of farm, he's just kind of useless, you know. That's the impression I really get.
Bristle's a monster if you leave him unchecked. This game, Fnatic do have a few good tools with the Frost Armor, and they have 3 heroes at least who kite him pretty well. We'll see how early he gets his items, because that will depend a lot. Because I imagine Fnatic's early game is going to be pretty good. Based on the fact they have LC in their safe lane, which is a very easy hero to leave on its own, especially against a bat.
Okay, this is really interesting because I just realized it's not a Legion commander off lane, it's actually a Puck in the off lane. You have Eternal Envy playing in the safe lane Legion, and you have Excalibur playing on the Alchemist mid. So Alchemist against Shadow Fiend, and then you have a Legion commander who's probably laning up against this Bat Rider. This is gonna be fun. Like, this is a draft which is already spicing things up, and I really like this. This is something unusual. It's fresh. It's not really, you know, very 7.0, but it's definitely an elk draft. So, are you favoring any draft going into this game 1?
I think Clutch has a bit of an easier time just snowballing their lead if they happen to get one. The draft's a bit more simple. But I do think the game mostly comes down to execution. I wouldn't say it's an elk draft either way.
We'll see, we'll see. But alright, so for all of you just starting to tune in, this is only game 1, Fnatic versus Clutch Gamers. This is our first semi-final best of 3. After this, we do have one more, which will be Happy Feet versus Fire Dragoon Esports. And alright, so game 1, Fnatic versus Clutch Gamers. Let us know what you think in the chat. Who you think is going to take game 1? I mean, for me, I want to see Clutch Gamers in action. I think they can actually upset Fnatic in this case. I like their draft because it seems slightly easier to execute, but then again, you know, with an Alchemist draft, if they don't stop him, he's just gonna go out of control.
They do have the heroes to invade the jungle though, which is a big thing.
But what do you think about this Eternal Envy though?
Mark,
sorry, what?
Going safe lane with Legion. I think it's a smart decision. Like they need the Slardar to help the Park. They need the Lich to help the Elk, and
Elk in some trouble. Telekinesis back. Do they have the burrow? Yes, they do. Pi unable to do anything, and actually, you know, because of the stout shoe and all, he's gonna be quite tanky. Has the salve as well with the Iron Talon, so that's gonna be, you know, 3 heroes mid not getting a kill.
That seems like a really bad gang.
And Jayo is gonna have a tough time.
You don't kill him without razors.
I mean, Jayo is already forced to pop the salve 1 minute in. He has a ton of tangos, but still, this lane is going to be a bit tougher on the Bristle. But then again, he should be self-sustainable. Bottom lane, you know, Envy is still having a pretty decent time against Buck. Buck, I mean, he's impressed so far. We remember seeing that Clockwork he was playing yesterday, where he actually went for the Orchid against the Storm. But okay, this will be fun. Envy now trading hits with Buck. Alright, so this middle lane of course back to the 2v2. It feels like a very classic Chinese meta kind of thing. Because there's a period of time, remember when Elk was still really hot, when the 4 bounties were first released, in China there were tons of Alchemists and Lich spam like pretty much all the time. So yeah, you know, it's good to see this.
I'm not sure why they're putting the Rubik here though. Like, you're just nerfing your Shadow Fiend's levels. The way you win this matchup is him getting like the level of raise above the Alk's level, and then your support coming in and getting a kill with a smoke. Because they can't kill the Elk unless sorry, they can't kill the SF unless the Elk skill's done and he doesn't expect it. Well, he's got boots at the moment, so catching him's not going to happen.
It just feels like they don't want the Shadow Fiend to be, you know, just bullied by this Lich and Alchemist combo. Now that the Lich is level 3 already, and he's just going to keep spamming his Ice Blast around. It looks like they want to try and go again. The razors are going to land. They don't have the telekinesis range though. And they're just committing a ton of heroes here. Oh, actually no, they will go back for this Lich. They have the burrow, yes they do. Raise and first blood going to Armel. Pretty decent start, and on the fire solo, you know, good usage to double damage. A few right clicks in, always fun.
I feel like they should know about that though. Like, the Rubik's just been moving back and forth between mid. They've got a ward towards the top lane to know that the supports didn't go back there. It's not like they smoked and came back mid. It's not the biggest deal that the Lich dies, but you know. Shadowfiend's not going to be complaining. And now they get some really deep vision down as well to scout the stacks Lich is going to be doing. If Sand King starts taking some levels in his Sandstorm, he can take those. Or, you know, Shadowfiend just gets level 7 and goes and takes them himself. Depending how many magic resist creeps get there.
Alright, so Pi, you know, still kind of babysitting this Alchemist a bit. He just wants to put a ward out, making sure that he has vision in case they ever want to invade the jungle. Like you said, they have good heroes to go and steal stacks. And actually DJ, they do get a kill into Jayo, who does overextend. I mean, he is tanky. He was topping the CS for a bit, but the SF, you know, he's going to start piling. He's going to start pulling further and further away ahead as he gets the levels for the raises. And we just kind of in the static lane with Bok, who's trying to just get rid of the creep wave ASAP, you know, just burn him down a bit. But still 1-1.
I'm surprised the Bat's struggling so much. Normally, like, what you do in this lane is you get level 2, you push the wave with Napalm and Firefly, and then you like start pulling the camp. I guess Envy's just spamming it with overwhelming odds though, and he can tank the creep wave. So. Bat's having a harder time getting CS, but now he's starting to pull the creeps. Envy's, you know, doing the smart thing though, trying to meet up the waves, not letting him get the free CS under the tower.
Yeah, and Bok, he has a bit more, but okay, he's gonna Firefly off cooldown now, so that's gonna be still okay. Over in the middle lane though, they're trying to go into Armel. They would use the Frost Blast with that crush. Can they get Armel here? Boomback's going to the Burrow Strike. Can they turn around? No, they can't. But they're just gonna wait for the shrine to come up in a bit. 10 more seconds. Nothing too big over here. But you can see there's a ton of tension going on in this middle lane because they're just bringing in supports like for multiple rounds. They want to go get into Excalibur. Alright. He's getting caught out looking for the raises. They don't have the mana for it, but they will just back off to the shrine. Caustic Finale actually almost kills him off. Yes. So, you know, both sides going the shrine up, maximum efficiency, and they will just go back. You know, it's just envy.
Although I think Fnatic will be quite happy with how the lanes are going, because sure the out is getting slightly pressured, but you expect it.
Oh, Bok, he wants to contest the stacks. He's actually going to get quite a bit of it. Alright, so he's just messing with Excalibur, and you can tell that this Alchemist is not having a good time at all. I mean, there's so many heroes mid, he's not exactly getting free farm, his stacks are being stolen. Looks like they will get the pilot die kill. Yes, he's dead. Die. And they get the big creep as well. So, like I said, you know, Clutch Gamers, they're doing very well with this. They're just not giving Fnatic an easy time at all. And the only heroes which seem to have good times are pretty much the side lanes, basically. I mean, Puck is 25-5, but Jayo's still having good CS. Envy's top the CS chart. Still very even this game.
Yeah, and Envy went for a skill build I don't think I've ever seen on Legion, maxing the W. It gives him a lot of sustain in the lane. Soul Ring's, you know, pretty good item on this hero, so now you can just you know, the attack speed is really nice as well. Personally, I've just always favoured levels in the E, but let's be honest, he knows the hero better than me. And the situation does lend itself to having the regen. The back can pressure you very hard. Sure, you can take napalm stacks off.
It's just great sustain. It's more reliable sustain compared to RNG. But okay, Boomback's getting the burrow onto Pylai Die. They won't go for it. They want to get some pressure into the tier 1 instead, some damage out. Excalibur's going to throw out a nice asset spray, but that's about it. You know, he wants his level 6. They haven't really done much to control this lane. This Lich lane has been really underwhelming. And Excalibur is struggling to find level 6. You see Armel, he's coming in. They have to lift. Will they find the raises in with the Q and bang! Armel on the killing spree. And very little that Pi and DJ can even do.
Yeah, they can't chase.
Oh, they actually want to turn going for the burrow, but no, Pi sidesteps, so he does dodge that. Extremely scary if you're this Lich. And DJ, well, he will get some levels on this. Alchemist, will he finally get that level 6? Still quite some distance away from it.
He should get it. Next wave. The most important thing in this game, though, I think, is that the puck is having a good time. And this is a hero that can set the tempo of the game. So can the LC if the right heroes go towards her. Fnatic do not have good supports to play with the duel though, so Envy's gonna be pretty much on his own, which means he's more than likely gonna go like treads into armlet or phase armlet. He actually gets his phase now, so that he can, you know, get the kills himself.
I mean,
Or he can just plant himself on a lane and push it out constantly,
Actually,
and then
true.
the other 3 heroes move together.
Radiant are scanning for enemies.
The puck moves with the other 2 supports, and they can get kills when Lich gets 6 as well. Especially when Slider gets 6 as well. You know, puck hits quite hard at this stage with phase boots.
Highlight die in for some trouble. Okay. Oh, he misses the Q raise. Armel, lol. Very, very unfortunate. He was waiting ever so patiently, but it looks like Pylai die. I think he knew about that rune as well. He had a ward there? Is that his ward? I think so. But Fly solo, he's lurking mid. He wants to kill Pylai die. He wants to get a bigger advantage for Armel. He's top of the CS and top of the net worth. I mean, it's just, you know, Shadow Fiend things, right? You know, you just press Q and W, you take care of an entire creep wave. You go back to the jungle, just speed up a bit. This is where he can pull a hit of the Alchemist for now. But now that the Alchemist is level 6, you know, it's his turn to basically climb the net worth chart. But Envy, we haven't seen a duel just yet. He's going to build into an armlet. He wants to fight early. This is like it's a very Chinese build. Like, I feel this is where it all started in China. But okay, Armel getting that kill into Pylai die. Chainfall still bouncing around. Oh, and Pylai die will get the kill into Armel. That's a ton of gold. He's okay to die for that. He gets way too much gold from that. Oh, 400 gold for the Armel kill.
Dire's middle tower is
Baited?
Jib baited and hashtag worth it. Definitely worth it.
Affirmative.
And you said that the puck, you know, he's doing very well in the CS top lane. Jo is still doing okay, you know. But he's 600 gold behind. So when are we going to see Ohio start having an impact?
Yeah, like, Bristle needs... He needs a bit more to be able to go around the map and do the same kind of things puck can do. At the moment, they aren't moving the puck too much because with where the Alk is going to start farming, the puck is close to him.
Alright, so Bok, he's going to try and run Excalibur down. He has a lasso. He's going to pull him. But where's the follow-up? He's just buying time, and that's going to be a wasted lasso. Envy's coming in. He wants to get the duel. He will go with the press the attack. I mean, overwhelming odds. My bad. Yeah. Keep getting confused, but alright. Not too bad, you know. Goes to the Ancients to farm. Armlet on the way. Top lane, Boombacks gets a kill into Ohio. It's about time they start to stall that puck. So 5-2. And Clutch Gamers are still behind, but that, you know, that's just Alchemist things. They will go for a smoke play, Fly solo and Boombacks. Where will they go? Who will they hunt?
They've got a lot of damage with the orb from Rubik, so I think anyone they find is a possible kill. As long as the Shadow Fiend's there. If not, then, you know, we'll see. Lich has Chain Frost again though, so they don't want to go too deep.
You said they don't want to go too deep? Well, they're going deep. They want Excalibur. Alright, where are the raises? Where are the raises with the orb? And down goes Alchemist. But here comes Ohio. We'll use a coil here. He doesn't, it's on cooldown. And Fire Soul is actually going to go to TP at the crush. Oh dear, okay, this is one dead Rubik. They should be giving the kill to Ohio. No, they give it to Pylai die instead. I mean, you can't complain about that, right? You know, supports get some money. Wards, they are a thing.
They really shouldn't be giving any kill to him, but in their situation, you can tell they were trying.
I'll take your tribute.
Alright,
And
anyways.
now we see the count.
It's going to be a 3-man smoke. Where will they go? They might find the Shadow Fiend.
Top tower is on the rocks. Radiant are scanning for enemies.
Oh dear.
Oh, that's actually really smart. They position like this so that the Sand King breaks the smoke and then the Illusion scouts it on the hill. So they knew exactly what was happening. That was very, very smart.
Very good read.
Now Fnatic, you know, just going to go back to splitting and farming, which is kind of the game I think Clutch are happy with right now, because their Bristle just gets his Vanguard,
Dyer's bottom
Boombacks, burst strike onto him. They want to chase him down. Chain Frost is going to bounce between two heroes though, and between the illusions. Well, Boombacks and Jayo don't get too close. And down goes Boombacks. Okay, Chain Frost still bouncing around, maximum bounces actually, and the entire Fnatic squad is here except for Ohio. Is this the fight they want to take? I don't think so. Armel just goes back to the jungle, you know, Dragon Lance, 600 gold. What's this next item here? Do you complete the Hurricane Pike? Do you want to get a BKB?
I kind of don't like Hurricane this game. It's not the best against Park. He has it queued up. I don't know, man. It's not like a great BKB game. It's an okay BKB game. You could see a Manta for the amp. But Manta's not the best Shadow Fiend item.
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff
Alright,
wind.
so Ohio, he and DJ, they're looking, getting positioned. They want to go into Boombacks here, laying out the Corrosive Haze and the Coil as well. He's going to burst strike away. And yep, this is one dead Sanking getting a crush. Good kill for DJ. Lift back, Ohio getting a bit low. Shadow Fiend's coming in as well. They have the raises. He raised. Oh, Ohio, nice phase shift dodge. Will it be enough damage? Actually, no, he will not be able to all the way. And Armel getting himself a kill.
Dire fortified their structures.
Dyer's middle tower is under
Meanwhile though,
attack.
pressure on mid tower
Radiant's
from
bottom
the
tower is
Kelsey.
under
And if they can get this down, that's
Radiant's bottom
pretty
tower
important.
has rung its last bell.
And we still haven't seen, you know, a duel.
He hasn't needed to so far. Like, he's done a good job keeping up farming, and this is more the nature of their draft. Leech is not the best hero to pump damage into a duel unless you know, you get very lucky. Same with Slatter. He's more of an assistant than a damage pump. Envy has the damage because of going armlet. He also took the strength talent, so he's super tanky right now. And when you saw Clutch run down mid with Jayo's Bristle just finishing his Vanguard, that's kind of a timing they wanted to fight, where they thought their Shadow Fiend was strong. They didn't quite have Blink on bat yet, but they had these two kind of immovable walls walking down a lane, and yeah, didn't work. So that timing gets completely nullified, and that allows the Auk to build towards his Radiance. And unfortunately the puck has found like very little impact so far. You know, he had a good lane, hasn't found a way to use it yet. The bat beat him to his blink, which is something you would expect if game is slow. If it's a fast game, puck generally gets more out of it.
It looks like he wants a Blink Dagger first, you know, he's just 100 gold away, so maybe he's waiting for that.
Yeah, I'm just saying he gets it slower than the bat having a better lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And they want the kill with the lasso here, but they have to go on Envy.
Well, we'll see
Or
if
they
they
have
can.
to be able to go on someone else and
Yep.
then lift the LC.
Blink Dagger, Firefly and all, on the hunt.
This is
Alright, what do you go for? They're
really
going for Ohio first, but immediate purge away. There goes the Chain Frost bouncing on between Jayo and Bok. It's gonna bounce to fly solo as well. Now using the coil. Alright, nice. Onto two heroes, but where's the follow-up? Alright, they get the crush. Fly solo is dead to Pilot die. Now the big Requiem of Souls comes out, big damage. And of course, Armel is looking very, very angry. He will find Ohio as well. One more hit. Jayo will finish him off. And that'll be a 2-for-1 trade. DJ is really, really low. And big win for Clutch Gamers. Tier 1 tower goes down, so the jungle is now open. The jungle is not safe for Excalibur, and he's still 1,000 gold away from his relic. I'm not sure how I feel about this, because Fnatic, when you lose the two tier 1 top and bottom, the entire jungle is just so vulnerable. And you can see Bok, you know, he's just clearing out the camps effortlessly with the Firefly.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is what the heroes allow them to do. They can kind of choke out the map a bit. And they have so many heroes who can push lanes in. But they don't have to show their Batrider or their Sand King all the time. Which means Fnatic, if they're not showing on the map, they don't know where they are. They're probably scared. And when you plant like Bristle or Shadow Fiend on a lane...
Oh, DJ and Ohio. Very quick work of Fly Solo, and immediately Armel gets out of there. He does not want to be anywhere near those two heroes. And DJ, he's very, very close to a Blink Dagger as well. Once he gets a Blink, I'm really very, very fearful for Clutch Gamers. I feel that's where Fnatic, you know, when you have the Blink from DJ, he can accomplish so much more. Alright, so Paladai going down, and both position 5s on both sides, just dying.
Very inconsequential kills either side though. Like, when Fnatic make that play, they don't want to find the Rubik. The Shadow Fiend ends up going back to base. For Bristle farms a quad / triple of Ancients. I can't quite check, but decent sized Ancient stack. And now he has his Hurricane Pike, so he's a bit more survivable going into BKB next. Very, very standard Shadow Fiend build, the safest route possible. Bristle has a Solar Crest as well now, so he's also pretty tanky.
I think they should be like edging to take the top tier 1, and that will secure any pressure they can put onto this Alchemist, but that also means that the map is kind of open for the Alch to split push a bit. He's gonna have a Radiance in a bit. Right, Smoke gang coming up, they have the Lasso, they have the Fire, no, they don't have the Firefly though. Oh, Smokey is immediately broken to put the sentry down. DJ with the Invis rune puts down the sentry, gets Corrosive Haze out and immediately blinks. So DJ, alright, buys his team some space. But here comes Envy with the Shadow Blade. He's looking to see if anyone did follow and pursuers.
And this is where he gets his first chance to get some dual damage. No, when he has his Shadow Blade.
No.
Very split-based item.
Clutch Gamer is going to do Roshan. But do Fnatic know what's happening though? The Orb's going to come in, it's going to scout things out, and they're going to go straight to the Rosh pit, but they don't have the Alchemist. Solar Crest, Nasal, Glue Stacks.
They want to. He has TP. Yeah, he's just not going.
No, he doesn't want to go.
I also want to point out, the Alt didn't take the armor talent this game. So he went 1 damage. So he wants the farm speed and he wants the output in fights as opposed to sustain. Which is something against like SF and Bristle Draft, you'd normally go the armor. But he does have the armlet as a substitute, so it's not like he's walking around with the pathetic 4 as a base. Enough Fnatic just need to find a way to get trades and stall. Like if they can have the Puck cut the creep waves, or even Envy cut creep waves.
Well, they are going for a trade. They want to take the top tier to Envy. We still have not seen any duels from him whatsoever this game.
Set up though. TP a bit too early though, so the back can't get in. But they defend the tower, which is the most important thing. They don't want to be trading.
Okay, right now they go for the turn with the lassos there. Chain Frost bouncing around, and Jo should be dead. He's still alive. Okay, never mind. A winner for Envy. He's gonna start right-clicking away onto Bok. Still bouncing on 1, 2 Bok. Oh no, they won't get the last one, but Envy will get the click. So it's gonna be 2 for 0. Envy armlet toggling his way through the tower. Boomback's getting a nice burst strike, but the Sandstorm damage being enough to kill him off. No, the Raze will. And okay, so Armel, they have the vision of him with the Corrosive Haze, but that's gonna be a 3-for-1 trade. Losing Envy, but you lose 3 heroes and a tier 2. You're thinking worth it. Definitely worth it.
A soldier's fortune.
981 gold
into
swing.
the ages, it's a uphill trade for them, but I think Clutch will still be happy with getting the towers, and they maintain their Aegis, so they can just go again. It's level 1 Chain Frost, so it's not going to be up by the time they hit the tier 1. It's probably up by the time they hit the tier 2 though. And Shadow Fiend has his BKB in 100 gold. Just less than actually. Like 50 now. So they might wait for that.
Meanwhile, Excalibur trying to farm up as quickly as he can. He has leapfrogged to the top of the net worth because of this Radiance and the Grieval's Greed. So, I mean, this is a good thing. He's barely ahead, but he's definitely going to keep scaling further and further ahead. Get the skeletons. There we go. Look at all that extra gold.
He needs a way to use his farm though. Like, these items, and arguably the next 2 being BOT and Manta, are not items that are going to allow him to fight this game. So, it's not like he's 2-3 minutes away from fighting. He might be 10, depending how much space he gets. And if his team start losing fights without him, then that's the position Elk doesn't want to be in. Because this game, it's not like he's hitting bad timings, but he went phase, so his Radiance was a bit delayed, and he doesn't have as much as the map as he would have liked.
Oh, Bok, he's going for the lasso. He's found the puck. 4-step in, looking for the raises and the burrow strike. Down goes Ohio, and that would be the tier 2 tower. Very good catch. And meanwhile, with double damage. Yep, Fnatic are gonna get a tier 1 tower bottom lane.
they can force them back. And if Fnatic misplay here and TP, they're TPing very smart. They're all TPing back early and deep into their base, so no one gets picked off. This might only mean that they get a few hundred damage into the tower. They don't think CG is strong enough to siege high ground. They might just wanted to get control of their map back. And now they can make a definitive play. Do they go back and push out lanes, or do they stay in smoke and try and get like a counter kill? Answer is a safe play. You know, they can fight right now, but the last thing they want to do is throw their lead away into an uphill push.
I mean,
and
who would
I
you
say
say
lead, they are down because of an elk, but they are ahead.
For sure.
In terms of what they can do around the map. The gold doesn't show it, but that's an alchemist game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, with an alchemist on your team, you usually expect to be a few thousand gold ahead.
That's for me.
And when you're behind, you expect to at least be even.
But they are barely
If
ahead.
this was a normal hero, then you would probably see like 5.
Oh, now we got the lasso. They've caught Excalibur using in the burst strike and the epicenter. A lot of hate for Excalibur, trying to keep him up alive. Kush, he's gonna actually arm the toggle his way. The turnaround on Boombacks is dead. Jail should be following him to the grave as well. 3 heroes down on Clutch Gamer's side, and there will be 4 big kills for Fnatic as they do a big turnaround. Frost armor, full value level 4, and you can see the brilliance of this draft. They let the Alchemist tank everything, and we've pressed the attack. They got baited super hard, and that was a 1400 gold swing. So now Fnatic, for the first time, they win a very convincing team fight.
Yeah, that's all because they don't have their Shadow Fiend. If he was there, like, 1 raise, Alpha's dead, and then the turnaround is way less scary. But in the end, between Envy keeping him up and the Ice Armor and then the Armlet toggle, they just couldn't finish him off. So, you know, being able to employ hindsight, they shouldn't fight without a Shadow Fiend. But they probably thought Excalibur was getting a bit greedy, trying to push out 1 too many creep waves. Now the game gets a bit slower, you know? Because now the map is extremely open, they lose a tier 2. And Fnatic can continue to like split the game a bit. Envy picks up a blink as well now, so he can move between the lane and jump you a bit easier. And you can also counter-initiate more reliably. And whoever gets lassoed, which is extremely important in this game, because their counter-initiation is really, really strong. But if they get like the puck, then their counter-initiation kind of sucks if Envy can't save them.
Well, you know, Excalibur, he was alone bottom lane.
Catch here, though.
Can they? I mean, they have the lasso, they have the epicenter this time, but Fnatic, they don't want to take the risk.
They know.
Yeah, not every day is Christmas. So they back out, and yeah, they should be able to dodge this gank.
I wish every day was Christmas, dude. It would lose its magic after a while, but...
Alright, they get the lasso. Who did they find? It will be Pylai Dai, who will live up to his name of Die Die Die. And they should be able to take this tier 2.
Well. That's actually relevant because, you know, Fnatic have Jack all magic damage outside of a really, really good Chain Frost. So their cores just got a lot weaker. It's also maxed out. So probably the best deal Rubik can get outside of like an ultimate, like Amp. You know, even Amp gets purged. Casual 9 armor to his entire team feels pretty good.
Do you think the Eternal Envy Legion Commander is being utilized, you know, the way he wanted it to be used? Because, I don't know, it feels really weird. And he's going for Heaven's Halberd.
He doesn't have dual damage, but
I mean, he has some.
They picked this hero for this kind of reason.
He has some
the reason it's going to work is he's a quote-unquote 1 position. You know, he's more the 2 this game because Alp's going to take the majority of the farm and Envy's going to make plays eventually. But it's not like he's just sitting on a blink and a blade mail at 30 minutes. You know, he has an armlet, he has a shadow blade. So he's going to be able to do the damage from his items, and the duel is more a lockdown tool to deal with the Bristle or the Shadow Fiend. And they have plenty of steroiding for him with the Amp from Slada and a Solar Crest on him as well, so there's a lot of minus armor this game all around.
And you were right about saying that this game is going to slow down. You know, Fnatic, it's I think they're happy
this
for
plays
this.
into their hands.
It does. And I actually worry for Clutch Gamers because remember when I said that the Bristleback, you know, you can invest a ton of farm into him, but what's he going to contribute? Like after a while, this Alchemist, you know, he's going to start giving items around. This Legion Commander is going to scale great. I say that Legion Commander scales great into late game because, you know, that damage is only going to keep on piling up the more duels you win, of course, if it gets to that stage. And I mean, who do Clutch Gamers have besides SF who can kind of carry them into late game? Definitely not Bristle. It's not Sand King, it's not Bad Rat, it's not Rubik. It's almost like a 1v2 core kind of feel. And this puck is going to be a huge annoyance.
Yes and no. Because like, if you look at Lich in late game, you would rather have a Rubik every single time because the hero contributes a lot to the fight. Well, as soon as BKBs come out and you're throwing Chain Frosts on cores, it's not the hero's place. Yeah, Rubik will do more for your team, unless the other team really doesn't know how to deal with Chain Frost. Sand King, I would say, is about equal to Slider. Slider helps his cores a bit more. Sand King has slightly better initiation. Harder hero to do really well with though. Slider is a lot simpler. And Puck and Bat kind of do the same things. They offer a lot of control. Bristle scales well. Like, this hero doesn't need a lot of items to do a lot of damage. He just needs the ability to stay in the fight. I think a lot of people underestimate how good this hero is late game. He does need 1 or 2 items though, and you see how low he is on the net worth in comparison to the big boys, and yeah, they need to be winning fights for Bristle to scale. But if they do that, then he can scale. Their late game is not bad by any means. Fnatic's is better, there's no question, but they can still make plays in late game, which is very important. Like, if they can't win a straight 5-on-5, they split the map a tiny bit and they get picks with their free initiators. And that's how they can win late game.
Okay. And meanwhile, while all that was happening,
feasible.
Fnatic did get up in Aegis. Cheese onto Excalibur. This Alchemist is getting out of control. You can see now the power of the Alchemist, a full 5,000 gold ahead of his SF. SF actually went for an Assault Cuirass this game. We haven't talked about this yet. I wasn't sure about the
item.
pick. Is it a smart item? I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense against Corrosive Haze. It's going to help his team a bit. I was just kind of wondering whether, like...
you just need armor and man fight. I wouldn't be surprised if you go like a Butterfly or Satanic next.
Would you not want lifesteal yet? I mean, wouldn't you want lifesteal like soon and take that into, you know, with MKB or maybe even the Bloodthorn?
I could see Satanic next, but he does need damage.
Is that your phone?
Yeah, sorry.
Alright, so Fnatic, they're going to start banging away into tier 2s, but like you said, Clutch Gamers, they are going to try and split the map. Bristleback also trying to farm his way into a Radiant. I guess, yeah, that's going to help a lot, considering, like you said, because Fnatic, they don't have a lot of magic damage, it's a lot of physical. So we'll see if he can build into it before they lose to tier 3. There is one tier 2 tower left standing in this game, but it's going to be the dire side tier 2. And Envy, the Shadow Blade, looking for a pick. He's looking for one hero.
You might find the bat, but there is a gem. It's risky for him to go so far up. But now you just see how comfortable they feel with these two pretty beefy cores. As long as the Alk's in front and Envy is somewhat off to the side, it's really hard for CG to initiate.
Oh, they find the lasso immediately, but the stun crush is actually going to miss. And that'll be a very, very awkward lasso. I mean, great purge as well from Envy. Excalibur's going to stun himself. Manta dodge. Okay. Nice, fancy bit of mechanics right there. And they want to jump. Clutch Gamers, they know. They know that Fnatic want to jump. They have the Aegis, they have the cheese, and the super tanky Alchemist. They really want to start a fight here on the side of Fnatic, but will they be given the opportunity? Do they siege? Now top lane, Eternal Envy just goes straight to the tier 3 tower. Actually, the Red Dota begins. The Barrel Strike comes in right now, and Stable Concoction is going to be channeled. Who's going to throw it onto Jayo? Nice 3-man coil into the double crush. Chain Frost's going to start bouncing around under the shrine, but it's only going to land onto Fly Solo. Fighting under the shrine. There's the duel. Bok is dead. And Envy now popping the Reckoning of Souls. The Bible coming from Bok. Epicenter coming in. They're going to pop the Aegis down. I'm not popping the BK, but they're going to keep on fighting there. Excalibur unstable onto Boombacks, chasing him into the base. This is where they go past the tier 3s. Another double crush coming out. Ohio the silence. And this is where Clutch Gamers, they have to defend the base somehow, but they cannot kill this Alchemist. Telekinesis up into the left. And can they kill Excalibur? No, they cannot. Another press attack from Eternal Envy. And Jo, Clutch Gamers, will they keep on pushing for this? The Corrosive Haze is still onto Armel. He doesn't have any more HP, but they do get Envy in the end. So that's going to be him down for 53 seconds on the chase here, but they do not realize that someone's already TP'd out, which will be DJ. And now she's still chasing after Fnatic, but they will not be able to find any stragglers behind Clutch Gamers. Very, very expensive defense.
It was only the one buyback, right?
One buyback onto Bok, but still, that's a bad rider buyback. And I don't know.
Not the biggest deal at this stage, because that was an Aegis cheese push, and they expend one buyback.
Did they get the... Yeah, they actually got the Aegis as well, so that's pretty big. So 2 kills.
Yeah, that's how they killed Emily. So Bristle now has nearly a Radiance, which is just going to up his damage output a lot in fights, which is going to help. Because you saw it was very hard for them to deal with the Hulk. He took a lot.
Alright, so...
They're going to get some kills here though.
For sure, and it looks like Fly Solo will be dying here to DJ. And Clutch Gamers will back off, you know, they are outnumbered, so they don't want to go back in. But still, Fnatic, they still do not have an answer for Excalibur, I feel. Like, he's going to probably get rid of the armlet, go into another item, but they want to take the top tier 3 tower. It is very, very low. They don't need the Aegis for this. Excalibur can just stand in the front lines, take out the tier 3, 1-2, easiest tower of his life. And Jo standing on the front lines with that Radiance, and Fnatic, no, they decided, let's just go back for the Shrine, take the safe option, get some more gold into the economy.
Yeah, they don't need to make this fight. Keep beefing up. Alk is at the point where he can either replace the armlet or start doling out the Dosh to his team.
You mean the Aghanim Scepter, right? I think it'd be a great item against Puck. I mean, for the Puck here, because you know it's gonna mean BKBs are not an issue. It's great for the LC. I mean, it's always fun to see on the Lich where you have infinite bounces.
I think it goes to Puck then LC.
Yeah, Puck for sure.
I don't think you bother giving it to Lich, honestly. I think you'd rather buy Moonshard at that point, and I think if you have the money, you'd rather buy your LC and Moonshard than give access to
Clutch Gamers, they want to try and hunt right here. They get the coil. Alright, popping the BKB, they want to turn around to Excalibur, who's going straight to the back line, but Fly Solo actually going to put him into the cliff. No, he's going to miss. Wrecking Soul is going to be channeled, but there is no damage. Excalibur still standing in the front lines. He's going to pop the Unstable Concoction. Lasso, leave him on the cliff there. Leave him there. No, the Chain Frost onto Armel. It's still going to bounce around. Armel is dead for the count. 80 seconds. He has to buy back. Fnatic, Eternal Envy, pops the Shadow Blade. He wants to chase with the Jo maybe. Gives up the names of this is Glue into DJ, but alright, Jo actually get the kill onto Envy. They cannot kill this Bristleback. They have to realize that, okay, this guy is now a big, big problem. He's going to go on a hunt for DJ. Jo chasing after his former teammate. But Excalibur, he says, so what? I don't care about your Radiance. I'll challenge that. And now, 1, 2, 3. Okay, wait, he's tanking it, I thought. And alright, Jo will finally die. 72 seconds with no buyback.
No buyback.
And Fnatic are now going to charge straight down the bottom lane. Unstable Concoction coming out. And alright, he actually gets the stun out. Oh, Fly Solo! Dying to the Manta style illusions, and Fnatic will proceed to take themselves another tier 3 tower. They have to buy back on Jo. Will they use it? Yes, they will. You need to pop. You're probably gonna force Amel buyback? I don't think so. But they are looking to go back to take out this ward over here, maybe. Alright.
Very, very expensive for PG.
Yep.
They can afford to use buybacks when it's like an Aegis push, I think, but in that situation, they went into Fnatic outside of their own base. They were actually fighting under a ward that Fnatic had, which just gave them a very easy fight in general. And unless Alk wants to keep his buyback, he has an Ags available right now. I don't really think he needs the buyback. Like, it's extremely hard to kill him, on top of the fact they're the ones always pushing out the map right now. So if he does die pushing their base, he's got at least 60-70 seconds before he has to worry.
I just realized, like, even for an illusion, an alchemist illusion, Armel is having quite a bit of trouble taking it out. Because
Envy gets the Ags.
Envy gets the Ags.
Alright.
Alright.
I can see it.
Spell
the
immune
BKB is very, very nice.
So who does he duel this game? Does he duel the Shadow Fiend straight up? I mean, he doesn't take any damage from anyone else besides the target he duels.
I think you want to get Sand King, Rubik, Batrider, one of the utility heroes.
Just keep him there.
Because you don't have the damage to kill the Bristle or the Shadow Fiend on your own. So you can control them and let your team go on the supports, or you can control the supports and let your team go on the others. It depends how the fight goes, but I think LC Ags this game is just going to make Envy's life a little bit easier, and his itemizing can be more team-based / more damage-based. You know, he's getting an AC as opposed to getting a BKB himself.
Well, Fnatic, they look like they want to do something. They are very, very close to securing themselves a lane of barracks. And Clutch Gamers, they have to be very, very careful. They are this close to losing some objectives. Okay, looks like they want to hunt. Armel popping that Shadow Blade. He is hunting. Doesn't know that the puck is up there, but okay, nice crush onto Shadow Fiend. Nice triple man coil. And actually, Boombax will be forced up into the cliff. He's going to be stuck there, stunned. Man, this is very, very awkward. Fnatic, they don't want to throw their advantage. But it looks like Clutch Gamers, they want to push the issue. They want to force it. They want to fight. But the illusions, though, from Excalibur scouts them out, so they know where Clutch Gamers are. They're going to try and play around the Roche pit. Already laying out the Acid Spray and the Corrosive Haze. Roshan does take a chunk of damage away, but Jerry's going to walk into the pit. Sees Roshan walking back, and this is where we are now at a standoff between both teams. Fnatic, are they still going to force this? They lay out the Acid Spray one more time.
This is extremely risky from Clutch. Like, the Shadow Fiend has no buyback, so if he dies, it's basically game over. Unless they get a really big trade in return.
You need to go for a nice Aegis steal.
It's extremely hard for them to go into the pit. I don't think they can. It's too risky.
It's so difficult.
They're just gonna have to deal with it.
So Envy going to get the Aegis, the cheese as well. Silver's Edge on the way, or you know, it's gonna be Insult Kuras. He's not even going for the Silver's Edge for the Bristleback. He doesn't even care. And
he doesn't need to. That's what Duel is for, man.
Looks
no
like
damage reduction from the front.
And you have another Aghanim Scepter coming up. So who's it going to this time? Who's going to get the present? You know, you can feel Highlight Eye. He's sticking so close to Excalibur right now. He's like, alright, maybe.
You gotta give it Puck, man.
I know
he
you
even has it queued up.
I agree with you, but I mean, in this case, you know, you see Pi, he's sticking so close to Excalibur. He's like, maybe if I stay close enough, he's going to click on it wrongly and he's just give it to me.
No. Axlich is not needed this game.
We need a couple of memes once in a while. Just once.
I mean, LC Ags is kind of sort of a meme. Not in a real game where it's actually useful, but in a pub it's a meme.
Alright, so now with this Aegis with the cheese, we will see if they can hold the base successfully. DD, oh, they go for the burrow immediately onto Eternal Envy. Popping, oh, but nice, beautiful crush. The BKB's in time though, and Eternal Envy might actually die here. Will they actually pop the Aegis off? No, they're on the toggle. He's actually going to turn around. The coil catching 3 heroes, using the razors. They will pop the Aegis. Chainfrost's going to pop it on to fly solo, and actually he's going to die to the Shiva's God and Ohio. Nice crush onto Jayo. Burrow Strike will be catching Excalibur, and they go chase them right behind the barracks right now. No one's Excalibur's going to burn Brock down. No buybacks on 3 heroes on the side of Clutch Gamers, and Fnatic have actually done it.
I believe that is game, unless Jayo makes some ridiculous goal play.
I believe in the Bristleback plays. Now the buyback comes out from the Sand King. Jayo, duel. Alright, no Jayo for 90 seconds. No buyback at all. And Fnatic, they will force a fortification out from Clutch Gamers, but they are definitely going to get this lane of barracks no matter what. Might even get 2.
Yeah, probably all of them. Wait, I don't think the Rubik coming up does anything, and they just hit building so quickly that 30 seconds for the bat is out the question. Alright. They can't even kill the Puck.
Oh, they want to find the Shadow Fiend. They do get the nice crush, using the coil as well. They're keeping Armel in place. Excalibur, now they say divide. This is Dota. We don't go for buildings, we go for heroes. Fly solo, being hunted down by Excalibur, will get burnt down. Now here in Epicenter, over in the back line. Oh no, you can't catch a higher Boombacks. Now the silence comes out as well. Corrosive Haze, alright. Goodbye Boombacks. And now the GG will be called. Clutch Gamers, they tried. They tried for the miracle plays, but you know, Fnatic were just that tad bit stronger. Alchemist things.
Yeah, I think they did get last picked, basically. I know Clutch had the last pick, but I don't think they expected the L. And they just didn't quite have the damage to deal with it once the game got into a point where he was online. Like, their early game was good, their lanes were good, but just not enough in several areas.
You know, it can be said this game that, you know, Reddit was right, PPD was wrong. GPM, high GPM does win you games apparently in this case. I mean, this particular case, Reddit was right.
This had nothing to do with high GPM, it had to do with, like, well, I suppose it did, because he got the items, but it was just, like, putting this massive ogre down a lane with a lot of armor and a lot of HP per second, and yeah, the other team didn't have enough damage. I think a lot of that comes down to between like the Rubik, the Bat, and the Sand King just not quite getting there in the end. Like the Bristle was doing as much as he could in fights. The Shadow Fiend farmed well, did a lot of damage throughout the entire game. If you look on the damage chart, the Bat actually did do a lot, but you didn't really feel it in the fights towards the end, just because of how the hero tapers off. Which is why I think the heroes. I haven't seen it win unless you stomp the early game in quite a while. How the game's played right now, it just doesn't feel like it's good for Bat.
I just felt like Jo was very underwhelming. I mean, it's not his fault. It's just like the nature of the hero. You see, he's so underfarmed compared to the Legion Commander. Considering he was keeping up for a tiny bit, he did get to the Radiant. It did boost his farm speed for a tiny bit. There was a glimmer of hope. But, you know, when you have a crazy...
That's what Bristle does, so.
Yeah, it's, at the same time, you know, you have this crazy Alchemist, like you said, with Frost Armor. And I think it was that one big team fight at the top lane which really turned things around. But okay, before we go too much into this, we will do a quick recap, of course, in Game 2. This was only Game 1, ladies and gentlemen, of our first semi-finals, Fnatic versus Clutch Gamers. We are taking a quick break. See you guys for Game 2. And don't go anywhere, grab a drink, get us something. We, of course, all the weebs, we'll be having some fun in the chat. You're an anime fan, aren't you, PQ?
GG.
Not like this.
I've got nothing
Alright.
against anime. I've got nothing against it. I just think it's a bit of a meme at this point.
No problem. We'll be taking that quick break. Don't worry. I'll be reading some manga. So PQ will be doing something else, non-anime related. See you guys soon.